Hello. Today I'm going to be discussing how I do my monthly budget and how I handle my finances. It's a little non-traditional the way I do this, a little unconventional in a world where most people are just swiping their card, but it's been really effective for me. It's helped me save money every month and every year and pay down debts and really recover some of the huge financial mistakes I made early on. So the first thing you're going to need to do is figure out how much income you have every month and how many expenses you have every month. Now, I'll go ahead and start by saying if you make $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a year, this is probably not the video for you. I've always been very low income, been on a very tight budget. So the example that I've done here, I actually did at $10.50 an hour. The first thing you're going to want to do is account some of that money for taxes. The way I do that is I usually just round down 50 cents. So if I make $10.50, I'll round that down to $10 an hour, and that'll give me a pretty good idea of what I'm working with. So at $10 an hour, that gives us a monthly budget of $1,600 a month and a weekly budget of $400 a month. So the first thing you're going to do is list out all of your expenses monthly and include everything. Include food, include gas, include all of the bills that you may have. So when you're done, it should look something like this. After you've created your monthly budget, you're going to need to create a weekly budget or a paycheck budget. If you're paid every 2 weeks, then you're going to just divide everything in half pretty much. If you're paid once a week, you're going to divide it into 4. So when you're done, it should look something like this. And if you'll look here, I'll just use this piece of paper because it's a little easier. But if you'll look here, that one, I did a monthly budget, I think, of $500 a month for rent. So you're just going to divide that into 4, and then that's going to come out every week. So that's going to be $125 a week. My utility bill, take out $38 a week. Gas got a little tricky because it didn't even out well. So I did 20 on the first check, 20 on the second, 20 on the third, and then 40 on the fourth. So, of course, you're going to want to pay attention to when certain bills are due. Phone bill is going to be due a certain amount of time, so that may have to go. Like, start with what you know has to be paid at a certain time, and then work other stuff into it. The first couple weeks of a budget, months really, are just a whole bunch of adjustments. So there's a lot of room for error. Always make sure, and I don't think I showed you on this one, but always make sure that you have a little bit of a buffer. So the final expenses monthly was $1,570, and that gave us a $30 buffer. You'll need that as you work out what's going to come out of each check. So to actually make your budget, you're going to need some envelopes, some paper, and most importantly, one of these little handy-dandy coupon organizers, which you can get at the Dollar Tree. And odd as it may seem, this is how I handle our money. So what you're going to want to do is just label the envelopes with each expense that you have, and then take your budget, and every paycheck you're going to look and say, first paycheck, rent, put $125 in this little envelope, and then you're going to put it in its corresponding tab in your binder. So one of the things I have that helps me stay on budget is what I call a rolling 20, and he and I both have one. It's a 20 that stays in your wallet that is not your spending money, and it is for if you have to buy something that belongs in a category of the budget, but you don't have that money on you right now. So if I'm out and I don't have money cash directly from the gas budget, I can use this $20 and get $20 in gas, and then come back to the gas budget and just pull my 20 out of there and replace my rolling 20. So this is something that you probably want to start your budget with, because otherwise what may happen is you'll end up spending your spending money on things that are in your budget, and you won't have the proper amount of spending money available. So that's kind of the long and short of how I set up my budget. It's helped me stay on track and avoid a lot of the financial mistakes that I made early on, like store cards and overspending and overswiping of cards, debit and credit cards. So hopefully some of the information you found in here was useful to you too, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.